is more than likely that you have said trick or treat at least once in your life. For as long as I can remember, Halloween has been my favorite holiday. From gathering candy, making memories with friends, and pulling pranks, Halloween is a holiday that holds true to my heart. All of us have childhood holiday memories. Maybe you find yourself flipping through old photos and looking at past pictures of Halloween costumes. But there is so much more to Halloween than just the pictures and candy.
This holiday is also known as All Hallows Eve. Welcome to WatchMojo.com, and today we'll be learning more about Halloween.
Trick or treat!
Halloween is a holiday observed annually on October 31st. Though it is celebrated in some Asian and South American countries, it is mostly commemorated by Western nations. Some believe Halloween has pagan origins. It is most commonly linked to the Celtic festival of Samhain, which marked the end of autumn and the harvest season. During this period, the people of the Gaelic world held feasts in honor of the departed souls that entered our realm. Alongside the souls of the deceased, it was believed that various supernatural beings made their way to us as well, but not all of them were good. As such, people started carrying carved turnips and wearing costumes in a possible attempt to deter evil spirits. Other Samhain customs included going from home to home to gather food, fuel, and offerings for the festival.
First, let's start by looking at the origins of Halloween. Halloween is an annual holiday celebrated on October 31st. The Halloween colors trace back to the Celtic festival. Black represents the death of summer, and orange represents the autumn harvest season. Halloween originated with ancient Celtic festival of Samhain, when people would light bonfires and wear costumes to ward off the ghosts, according to History.com. On the night of October 31st, the Celts celebrated Samhain when they believed that the ghosts of the dead returned to Earth. During the celebration, the Celts wore costumes, usually consisting of animal heads and skins, and tried to tell each other's fortunes. Halloween didn't always used to be called Halloween. It started off as All Hallows Eve and then eventually became Halloween. When Halloween was first emerging, the ways of celebrating Halloween were a lot different than they are now. The first celebrations included friends telling stories about the dead, dancing, singing, telling each other's fortunes, and celebrating the harvest season. In the second half of the 19th century, the Irish migrated to America and helped popularize the celebration of Halloween nationally. According to Business Insider, between 1920 and 1950, the trick-or-treating was an inexpensive way for the entire community to share the Halloween celebration. Thus, a new American tradition was born and has continued to grow today. Halloween is the second largest commercialized holiday. Now that you know about the history of Halloween, let's look at some of the traditions. One of the most popular traditions is carving jack-o'-lanterns. This originated in Ireland with turnips instead of pumpkins. People began to carry lumps of coal and turnips to light their way. Locals began carving frightening faces into gourds to scare off evil spirits, according to mentalfloss.com. Another very popular tradition is trick-or-treating. Kids will usually dress up as their favorite superhero or something that they really like and go door to door and hope to receive some candy. One popular snack people like to eat on Halloween are caramel apples. Caramel apples didn't always become widely known until the 1950s. Decorating is a huge part of this holiday. Families like to decorate the inside and outside of their houses. On this holiday, you will see a lot of scarecrows, pumpkins and gourds, and ghosts hanging from the houses. Finally, we know about the history of Halloween and their traditions. Now let's look at some of the financial aspects of Halloween. You may not realize how much money goes into celebrating Halloween. Because Halloween is a very popular holiday, large amounts of money are spent around this holiday. According to USA Today, Americans spend around $9 billion each year on Halloween candy, costumes, and decorations. Of the $9 billion spent on Halloween last year, $3.2 billion was spent on costumes, $2.7 billion was spent on candy, $2.6 billion was spent on decorations, and $400 million were spent on greeting cards. When I hear candy corn, I immediately begin to think of Halloween. Some hate it and some love it, but candy corn is the most popular Halloween candy. In the beginning, candy corn was produced for chicken food. Candy corn is a layered corn with 3 different colors: white, orange, and yellow. According to History.com, The inventor of candy corn is George Renninger. Today, candy corn is very easy to find as more than 35 million pounds are produced each year, making this one of the items Americans spend the most money on during Halloween. Haunted attractions become very popular around this time of year. According to AmericaHaunts.com, there are currently over 1,200 professional haunted houses and 300 theme parks that operate horror-themed events. People love to go to haunted houses, so they are willing to pay the high prices that it costs. A typical haunted attraction averages around 8,000 paid guests. Today, some haunted house attractions can cost as much as $25 to get in, while an average haunted house costs around $15. Attending haunted attractions is a huge financial aspect of Halloween. While some are separate and some are combined with haunted houses, pumpkin patches bring in a lot of revenue as well. Kids love to go on hayride rides and pick out the biggest pumpkin that they can find. The pumpkin patches also sell food and sweets, so the concessions bring in a lot of money as well. In conclusion, Halloween is a very universal holiday, and it appeals to all. It is no longer just a kids' holiday, as it is the second most celebrated holiday. Overall, I hope my speech helped you learn more about how Halloween originated, the traditions of Halloween, and the financial aspects of Halloween.